Yo, we've been getting some subscribers lately, and it really does mean a lot. I do want to say thank you to those who have subscribed. However, this number is still pretty fucking high, so if you guys can just go down there and hit that subscribe button, it would definitely mean a lot to me. It lets me know that you guys are liking the content and the channel, right? So it does motivate me to make more content, so just subscribe. That's all I'm asking. Anyways, back to the video. Alright, so I received a YouTube comment asking me to do a build on Rayquaza or Rayquaza, and here it is. Now before I start, I do want to mention that I don't find it annoying or an issue if you ask multiple times for me to do a build on different types of Pokemon. In fact, I actually like it if you guys would ask like more questions or just more comments in general, because I do love that engagement between you guys, and it's also a lot more encouraging, and like I really love doing or making more videos when I know that you guys really want to see it, right? So if you guys want me to do like, you know, build on specific type of Pokemon, then don't feel shy and like leave a comment down below. Also, let me know if you ever played Pokemon Emerald. I feel like a lot of the love for Rayquaza definitely came from Pokemon Emerald. At least for me, it did, right? So let's start by talking about the stats. Rayquaza is a really good Pokemon. He has really high attack and really good bulk. The only issue is its speed. Now, 95 speed isn't bad. However, if you're going to be using Rayquaza in casuals, which is the only format he's currently available in, you're going to be facing a lot, and I mean a lot, of faster Pokemon than Rayquaza. So this dude is definitely going to be on the slower end, which is unfortunate. However, we can fix these issues. He is Dragon Flying, which means he has 4 weaknesses: Rock, Ice, Dragon, and Fairy. However, Ice is a 4 times weakness, and this is an issue because there's a lot of competitive Pokemon and a lot of viable Pokemon that have an access to Ice moves. So this is going to be a big threat to Rayquaza. Let's just get into Rayquaza's moveset. This guide also has like a 2-parter. So the first part, I'm going to teach you on how like his moveset works, and then the second part of this guide is going to teach you which Pokemon work well alongside Rayquaza. So if you want to know that, then watch till the end of the video. But when it comes to his build, Rayquaza has max EVs in speed and attack with the Jolly nature. Now you could give it an exception for Rayquaza. You could give it the Adamant nature, because I did give it Dragon Dance. However, I like the Jolly nature because there's going to be times where I might not be able to pop off Dragon Dance, or there might be times where I want to switch in Rayquaza rather than giving it as a start lead. And a lot of the times, if you do use him as a switch in, your opponent might already have some speed set up, like some max Airstream stacked up or a Tailwind. So I like that Jolly nature for that reason. The item is Life Orb, and the ability is Airlock. Now this is a really good ability. The reason why it's a really good ability is because it shuts down so many different types of teams. It shuts down Sun teams, Rain Dance teams, Sandstorm teams, Hail. Hail doesn't really see much play, but if your opponent is running a Alolan Ninetales, then they're kind of fucked, right? So it's really good ability. Now the moves I gave it is Dragon Ascent, Extreme Speed, Dragon Dance, and Iron Head. Now you might be asking, well, where is the Dragon physical move? Well, it doesn't need one. It really doesn't need one. If you wanted a stab move, then Dragon Ascent is more than enough because it is essentially the close combat version, but a flying type, right? It's a flying type version of close combat, and you already know how good and strong close combat is. And especially considering it's a stab move from Rayquaza, who already has 150 base attack, that's nutty powerful. Now I give it Extreme Speed because you do want that priority move. Rayquaza isn't the fastest Pokemon in his current format, so you do want that Extreme Speed to get that finishing kill. Dragon Dance is really good because you get a speed increase and an attack increase. And then I gave it Iron Head because it deals with 3 of Rayquaza's weaknesses. So it deals with the Ice, Rock, and Fairy types, which is really good. The only issue with this build is that it doesn't deal with Dragon types, but you can probably get away with killing a lot of Dragon type Pokemon with things like Extreme Speed or Dragon Ascent. And this moveset is also very strong as a Dynamax set and as non-Dynamax set because you have access to Max Airstream, which increases your speed, Max Strike, which lowers their speed, Dragon Dance becomes Max Guard, which is really good, and then Max Steel Spike, which raises your defense, which is also really good. And this build right here also works extremely well in singles. In fact, if you're going to use this for singles, I would recommend not touching it at all. Just use this build right here. If you're not maybe a fan of the Dragon Dance, you could switch it out for maybe a Dragon type move like Outrage for singles, because Outrage singles is not that bad. However, I would highly recommend just sticking with this build. Now for doubles, you could switch some things up. So Earthquake is a really good move because it's very strong, and it also deals with some of Rayquaza's weaknesses. V-Create is a very powerful fire type move. However, it does come with some drawbacks like lowering both of your defensive stats as well as lowering your speed. Scale Shot, Dragon Claw, and Outrage. These are the 3 Dragon type moves I would recommend for Rayquaza. Outrage only if you're going to use it for singles. Dragon Claw and Scale Shot for doubles. Now, they're both very strong. Scale Shot does lower your, I believe, your defense, one of your defensive stats. However, it does give you a +1 stage increase after using it. So every time you use it, you are becoming faster and faster, which is really good. So I would prefer Scale Shot over Dragon Claw in my opinion, because you're already lowering your defense from Dragon Ascent. So you're making Rayquaza already squishy, and in a lot of cases, after a few Dragon Ascents, he's going to be a one-shotted Pokemon. So it doesn't really matter if you give it Scale Shot to make it even more squishy, because it's going to die regardless. And then Swords Dance, if you would rather not have Dragon Dance, again, Swords Dance is more powerful, or does make Rayquaza more powerful, but you do lose out on that extra speed boost. And then all the items I gave it is Yacht Berry. Yacht Berry is really good because Rayquaza does have that 4x weakness, so having the Yacht Berry essentially cuts the damage taken from an ice move by half for that turn. Choice Scarf and Choice Bend are really good items. You can use Choice Scarf because Rayquaza isn't that fast, so having Choice Scarf would definitely help with speed. And then Choice Bend if you want to like spam Earthquake or something, spam Extreme Speed or something. And then Lumberry helps deal with status effects and like confusion and whatnot, especially if you're using Outrage, then Lumberry can cure that Outrage confusion. So these are the 5 Pokemon I would recommend using alongside Rayquaza. Clefairy and Whimsicott here because they're both Fairy type Pokemon and they can deal with Dragon type Pokemon pretty effectively. Whimsicott more effective because it's a lot more stronger with things like Moonblast and Dazzling Gleam. Clefairy is really good because of its Friend Guard ability, as well as Follow Me and Helping Hand, and if you give it the Evolite, it's a solid tank which can help you pop off 1 or 2 Dragon Dances or 1 or 2 Swords Dances before Clefairy actually dies, which is very solid. Whimsicott is also a really good support Pokemon because it has Prankster, which makes it so you have priority on things like Tailwind, and Tailwind is really good for Rayquaza because Rayquaza will love that extra instant speed boost right away. So Tailwind is really good. Taunt is another good move that Whimsicott knows because it prevents Trick Room users, as well as things like Helping Hand. So yeah, Whimsicott and Clefairy are really good supporting mons. Savali is a very interesting pick, and we don't see it a lot, but I feel like it would work well alongside Rayquaza. Now this is the flying type Savali, so keep that in mind. Now the reason why I made it flying type is because it has access to things like Air Slash, which is good because if you want to max Dynamax with it, it can become Max Airstream. It has Flash Cannon, which is a Steel type move which deals with 3 of Rayquaza's weaknesses. It also has Draco Meteor, which is a Dragon type move which also deals with the other weakness. So essentially Savali has Max Airstream, and it has 2 moves that can deal with all 4 of Rayquaza's weaknesses, which is very, very good. This essentially means that if you didn't want to run Iron Head on Rayquaza and you wanted to give it like Earthquake instead of Iron Head, then you can do that with Savali because Savali can deal with all of Rayquaza's weaknesses very easily. And here's the thing, they both have a speed stat of 95. So if they're both equal in speed, then it's always going to be random on who goes first. However, you can make the Rayquaza a Adamant nature, and you can make the Savali a Timid nature, which essentially means that Savali is now faster than Rayquaza, so you can Dynamax with Savali, use Airstream, get that speed boost, and then now Rayquaza is going to move right after, which is very, very strong. And because Rayquaza is now Adamant nature, he's going to do even more damage, which is very, very good. So this is a very good combination, and because Savali is also a flying type, you can spam Earthquake with Rayquaza, and you also still have access to Extreme Speed. So these are really good moves to have access to as a non-Dynamax Mon. And yeah, this is a very strong combination. I feel like it's also an underrated combination too. So up next we have Shadow Rider Calyrex, and this is a very interesting Pokemon because if it does get a kill, its special attack increases by 1 stage due to its ability, which is very solid. However, sometimes it might not get the finishing blow, which means it won't get the boost. The thing you want to do here with Rayquaza and Calyrex is that you want to use Extreme Speed with Rayquaza and try not to kill one of your opponent's Pokemon with it. The point is to get them low enough so that when Calyrex uses like Astral Barrage, it can get the finishing blow and get the kill and get the boost. And hopefully if you're good enough, or if you're lucky or in a good situation, you might get both Pokemon killed and then you'll get double the boost, which is even better because Astral Barrage does hit both targets. So yeah, this is a really good combination, as well as it destroys Dusclops. It destroys Dusclops easily. And it can also deal good damage against Porygon if you guys both team up on it. However, I feel like this combination is not as strong as the Zacian Rayquaza combination, which in my opinion is probably the best combination to run. Both of these guys are so deadly. But the reason why Zacian works so well with Rayquaza is because it is both Steel and Fairy. These are 2 types that deal with all 4 of Rayquaza's weaknesses. And because Zacian is the 5th fastest Pokemon in the game and is tied for the 2nd highest attack stat in the game with Kyurem Black, this essentially means that Zacian is going to move faster than most Pokemon in the game and is capable of one-shotting most Pokemon, or not most, but a lot of Pokemon in the game. In fact, I would say more than half of the Pokemon in the game can get one-shotted by Zacian, which is really good. So if there's a Pokemon on the other side that's super effective against Rayquaza, you can like instantly kill it, and that's really good because it's one less thing Rayquaza would have to worry about, and then it allows Rayquaza to do whatever Rayquaza wants to do. You know, it's amazing. And Zacian is not allowed to Dynamax in this game, which means you can use that Dynamax feature for Rayquaza, or you can save that Dynamax feature for someone on the bench. It's up to you. The only issue here with this combination is that if you do use Earthquake with Rayquaza, keep in mind that Zacian is super weak to Earthquake. So if you ever do plan on using Earthquake, make sure you protect or like switch out or something, because Zacian will take a lot of damage from that Earthquake. In fact, he will take a lot, or he might even die. Depends on what's happening in the current battle, right? So do keep that in mind, but Zacian and Rayquaza is a very, very strong combination. And Zacian would also benefit from Rayquaza's like Dynamax moves as well, right? He would benefit from the Max Airstream, he would benefit from the Max Strike, and he would benefit from the Max Quake or even the Max Steel Spike, depending on what you want to go for. So both of these guys work very, very well together, and I would recommend using Zacian and Rayquaza if you can. It, in my opinion, is better than the rest of the guys here. And that's the end of my competitive Rayquaza guide. Let me know what you think of this moveset. Do you like this Rayquaza build? Also, if you have any suggestions or any recommendations on what Pokemon I should do next, let me know in the comment section below. I did receive a comment from my Twitch stream asking me to do a build on Gardevoir, so I might have that posted tomorrow or maybe day after, we'll see. But if you guys have any other recommendations on what I should do, let me know in the comment section below. Remember, I do love receiving your comments and your questions. It really does make it a lot more fun and engaging when doing this YouTube shit. So if you guys want to, like, don't be shy, just go down there, leave a comment, do whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching, subscribe, like, and peace.